welcome back to the Simple Cyber Defense Podcast, the podcast where we break down cybersecurity without the jargon, the doom and gloom, or the migraines. If you ever forgotten a password, reused the same one for 10 different sites, or yelled at your screen because a website demanded 8 characters, a symbol, a number, a capital letter, and your firstborn child, this episode is for you. Today we're talking about passwords versus passkeys. We'll cover what they are, why the old way is failing us, and why the new way just might be the best thing that happened to our digital lives since the unsend button. So let's start with the X that we can't seem to break up with, passwords. In tech speak, passwords is something you know or created. You hopefully remember it, and you type it in to prove you're you. Think of passwords like the key code to your garage door. If someone guesses the code or watches you type it in or finds it written on a sticky note in your trash, the door opens for them just as easily it does for you. So why are we stuck on them? Well, first, they are familiar. We've been using passwords since 1961. They're free, at least until you get hacked. The big problem, humans are predictable. We use our dogs' names, our birthdays, and because we have 50 different accounts, we reuse them. If a random knitting forum you joined back in 2014 gets hacked, and you use the same password there as you do for your bank, well, you've just handed the burglar the master keys to your entire life. So passwords have one massive weakness. They can be tricked out of you. This is called phishing. This happens when an email that looks exactly like it came from Amazon, your bank, or some other trusted site telling you there's problems with your account. You click on the link, you log in to their fake site, and boom, you just handed a stranger your keys, your passwords, everything. So what's the takeaway? If humans know a password, a human can be tricked into giving it away. This is where passkeys enter. Now let's talk about the hero of our story, passkeys. If a password is something you know, a passkey is something you have. Instead of memorizing a secret string of letters, your device, your phone, or laptop does the heavy lifting. Think of passkeys like a modern car's key fob. You don't have to have a code to start your car. The simple thing is the car recognizes the key in your pocket and then automatically lets you in. When a site asks for a passkey, you just use your fingerprint, your Face ID, your phone's lock screen, and that's it. No typing. No, did I use a capital S or a $sign, a 1 or an I? It just works. So here's why security experts are obsessed with these passkeys. They're almost unhackable to breaches. What this means is the website doesn't actually store your passkey. They store a public half of the digital puzzle. Even if the website gets hacked, the hackers find nothing of useful and cannot use just half of the key. And they're also phish-proof. Your phone is smart. If you land on a fake Amazon website, your phone will not recognize the website's address and will see that something is wrong and refuse to share the passkey to this fake site. It literally cannot be tricked through these easy, low-hanging fruit methods. And the last thing is they're unique by default. Every site gets its own unique passkey automatically. You don't have to worry about creating something complex and then remembering it. It just is there. So the best part is your biometric data, your face or fingerprint never leaves your phone. Apple, Google, and the website you are visiting never sees your actual fingerprint. They just see a digital representation of it. So I know what you're thinking. Carl, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? The catches are there is little availability right now. Not every website supports them yet. Big players like Google, Amazon, PayPal are on board, but your local library website and sometimes even your banks may not be there yet. So what happens if you lose your phone? If your phone is your key, what happens if you drop it in a lake or someone steals it? The fix, most systems like Apple, iCloud, or Google Password Manager syncs your passkeys. If you get a new phone and log into your account, your keys are there waiting for you. Even some password managers also keep a copy of some of these passkeys if you set it up that way. So then if you do have a new device, or you need to sync it among multiple devices, it's easy to do that. So let's do a quick comparison. With passwords, the effort is you must remember or store these passwords securely. With passwords, the safety is there's high risk of reuse and theft. Phishing with passwords is very vulnerable, and the speed with passwords is slow because you have to type it in, especially if you have 25 characters. And if you mistype one character, you have to do it all over again. Now with passkeys, the effort is you just use your fingerprint or tap on a screen that says, yes, use this device. The safety is almost impossible to steal or even to trick. With phishing, it's absolutely immune. There's no way you can remember the entire key to give it to someone. And the speed with passkeys is almost instantaneously. Follow the prompts on your device and you're in. So you don't have to change everything today. Only a few sites have the ability to use passkeys. But there are 3 simple steps to level up your passwords and security. First option is to look out for the option to create a passkey. The next time you log into your major apps like TikTok, Google, or Amazon, look in the security settings for passkeys and give it a try. For those that don't have the ability to use passkeys, change your password to something more complex. Use a password manager to remember them. So you don't have to be using passwords like password123 or let me in everywhere. Each site gets their own unique password that the password manager remembers for you. And the last thing is don't fear the technology. Passkeys aren't about giving big tech more data. They're taking your data back from the hackers, making it a little bit more difficult to break into your account. I'm not saying that passkeys will make your account unhackable, but it just gives an extra layer of security and makes it a little bit more difficult for the hackers to get your information. So with that said, just remember, cybersecurity does not have to be complicated. It just has to be intentional. Passkeys are the future, and honestly, they're a lot less stressful than trying to remember if your password ends with a 1 or an exclamation point, or if you use this password or that password, since you have to remember 25 different passwords. If you found this episode very helpful, send it to a friend who still uses their password written on a napkin or uses one password for every account that they have. I'm Carl, and this has been Simple Cyber Defense, keeping security simple, one episode at a time. See you next time. Thanks for listening to the Simple Cyber Defense Security Updates. Join us next time when we dive into more security issues, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Plus, if you have a topic suggestion or want to support the podcast, stop by our website at simplecyberdefense.com.